Hello, in this video overview, we're going to talk about what you should do at the end of the year with Book Creator. Most people have the free account. If I click up here, I can see that I actually have a paid subscription. I can click here and I can cancel that if I want to. So anytime you want to cancel, you can do that. But you can see that I get 180 books. I get 3 libraries. In the free account, you get 1 library and 40 books. Most teachers are going to want to get rid of their kids so their kids don't go into like this library and just add whatever they want to in here. Okay, so there's a couple different things that you can do. One is you can go back to your home and you notice that there are your libraries and you can delete your library, and that you will see here. If I click on this, I can archive it. Once archived, the library will not be accessible by other students or teachers. So if they're co-teachers, they wouldn't be able to see it. You will still be able to access its books, and any books that have been published will still be available online. So just be aware of that. But if I archive it, you can see it's gone. Now I could go back up here and I could say, you know what, I want this to come back. Right? So if I go back here and I want this to come back, I could click up here and I could restore it. Now if I do this, it's going to delete it forever. Right? Now also notice that if I click on here, there's dots here, but there's dots here. And I can actually, since I only have 1 book, I could copy it to another library if I'm not at my maximum. So some options there that you might want to consider. For me, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to restore this. So now it's back, right? So you can delete it and get rid of, all your work in there. Now these are people that have shared their books with me, and so I can leave this if I want to. If I don't need to see any examples, I can go ahead and do that. The other thing is that I could go into this and I could decide that I want to delete all the books that are in here. And so if I click here, I can delete this book. If I delete this book, it is gone, all right? So I have to really look at this and say, is this something that I really want to get rid of? So you want to really look at this and say, if it's something I really want to get rid of, do I want to delete it? So think about that. If you have a lot of students' books in here that you do want to get rid of because you don't want them posting things that other people potentially could see or not having to keep up on it, you might want to consider that. The other thing that you might want to consider is going to the settings. And when you go to the settings, you can make sure that they can only edit their own books and that they cannot read each other's books. That way, if they post something that's not appropriate, it's only to them and you can deal with it as need be. So think about that. I have the paid account, so I can collaborate. So if I don't want, if I have the paid version, I don't want them to collaborate, I would want to turn that off, right? Exit out. So really all you're doing is you're going to the dashboard and you're deciding, do I want to keep my libraries? And if I delete my libraries, I can make a new library for next year. Or do I want to keep it available for students to use in the summer and maybe change some of the settings? Again, at the beginning of the school year or close to the school year, you could archive it if you wanted to and then create a new one as well. Also, just as an FYI, if you've created a great book somewhere, like this is super awesome and I really like this book, you could always move it to another library if you want to. So consider that as well. So just a couple things to consider when you use Book Creator and making sure that it's readily accessible and available for next year, and also potentially accessible in the summer, but you've protected students from posting things potentially to other students.